Good morning and welcome to Rose Red Homestead, and this is weigh-in number 5. And I have some pros and cons to report about our last week. First of all, not good news on my weight. As you can see, I am up 2 pounds. And there is what I think is a good reason for that, and actually I am celebrating that it was only 2 pounds that I was up. And here's the story on that. First of all, I've had several requests for a free download of this chart. I am putting that in today on our web page, and you can go right here to this address. This is our web page. Scroll down to the bottom where I have all of our free downloads, and it will say weight record. And I'll take my name off of it. It will just be weight record. I'm going to take the color off of here. Now, one thing that you need to know is that this is longer than one page to get all the way down to 50. So it will come to you as 2 pages. And then I just cut the strip off the second page and glue it to the bottom. And this will give you 25 weeks and 50 pounds. And then if you fill this one up, you can print another one and just attach to it. So that will be available for you right now on our web page. We are just back from an 8-day trip up to the Northwest. I had a grandson who graduated from high school, and for the first time in years, because I have always worked full-time, I was able to attend a family event for one of my grandchildren who lives quite far away. It's about a 900-mile trip. Well, we pulled our trailer and drove up there. Of those 8 days, 6 days were spent sitting in my truck towing that trailer from camp to camp as we journeyed up, and then we were there for 2 days, and then we journeyed back. And I learned some really important things. An account of that full trip will be posted tomorrow over on Trail Grazers if you want to see that video. And actually we saw some pretty fun stuff on the way up and on the way back. But what I want to report to you on is what happened with my weight. So first of all, just sitting in the truck for 7 hours, 8 hours per day for the 6 days that we were traveling was a killer. No exercise. Just Jim wanted to know if the vibrations from the truck as we went over the rough roads, wasn't that enough for exercise? And not quite. And we took our bikes thinking that we would ride, and we didn't. And I can't account for that. We were just way too exhausted as we traveled. I thought I would be riding around the campgrounds every single night, exercising. No way. By the time we got to camp each night, I could barely fix a meal, and then we just relaxed and went to bed. And then once we were there at my daughter's house, we parked in her driveway for 3 nights, 2 full days. There was too much family stuff going on to get out on our bikes. My daughter went to great lengths to celebrate her oldest son's graduation and made it a very special day for him. And there was lots of leftover food. So one of my downfalls, I freely admit this, was sitting on the couch with her recovering the next day, eating leftovers that included lots of little mini cupcakes and soda pop. So my snacking was blown to smithereens this past week, so that contributed. Here are some things that did work for us along the way that kept me, I think, from gaining more than 2 pounds. First of all, I packed a lot of these individual serving size Greek yogurt. This is the 2%. It is not fat-free. I'll be doing a fat-free episode here coming up. Jim and I usually, what our routine was on those 6 days that we were traveling, we would get up in the morning, get everything ready for the trailer, and get on the road. And then an hour or 2 later, when we came to a rest stop, we would pull over and have breakfast. And what was quick and easy and nutritious was these little individual containers of yogurt topped with this granola. And I read an article on granola recently, and it said some granolas you need to be really careful of because they have way too much sugar in. My own homemade granola has too much sugar. If you look at the ingredients and the first ingredient on the list, which means that's the major ingredient included in the food, if that is whole grain oats, then that's a good sign. And this does. have whole grain oats as its first ingredient. So this is quick and easy and nutritious, and we had it almost every morning while we were on the road. Last week we talked about the importance of having veggies pre-cut, and that was also a lifesaver. This is what is left of last week's harvest of veggies that I had cut and put in plastic bags. I just put all of those in our refrigerator in the trailer, and they were a lifesaver. So when I felt like I had the munchies, I generally went to this, except for the cupcake afternoon. Then I also recently showed these little snack packs that I bought from Costco, and I made my own using this cheese and then some bulk nuts. I made a discovery that I need to pass on to you. Those that I made for the video, I selected the pieces of cheese to total 22 grams of cheese and put them loose in a little snack bag along with the nuts and the cranberries. When I got those out, I made 2 packets, I think. When I got those out of the refrigerator to use for our trip, the moisture from the cheese had rehydrated the cranberries and made a sticky mess. It was not salvageable. So I rethought my process, and I wrapped the cheese in a little packet and then put it in the snack pack along with the nuts and the cranberries, the craisins, the dried cranberries. And that worked beautifully. And boy, we were glad to have those. I made 8 packets of those. We ate every single one. They are perfect for when we are driving and need a little snack. So that worked really well. Another thing that worked well were these 7-gram string cheese snacks, and these worked well as well. So we had some successes, but I blew it when I was with my family. And you know what? I don't care, because I had such a wonderful time with my family. And that's going to happen. So life is up and down. Weight management is up and down. I'm not a bit worried about being able to get rid of these 2 pounds, hopefully by next week's check-in. So that's it for this week. Hope this information was helpful. Good luck to all of us, and hope we all have a great week with our food management plans. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon at another video.